This is a training video which looks at how to use the Cirrostratus Cloud Cashbook to record digital records for making tax digital and submit VAT returns from them. There are a number of training videos and we have subdivided it into looking at various issues. What we have on the screen at the moment is the ordinary cashbook for self-employed people, which will do a VAT return. There is also a cashbook for people who are on the CIS scheme, which keeps track of labour materials and CIS deductions, because the VAT can be a little bit complicated. And we also have a cashbook for margin scheme users, which tracks the margin cost and the VAT on the difference between the VAT on the margin effectively. There will be separate videos about those issues, and this video is just to look at the basics about the cashbook. And the cashbook appears on the Manage VAT Data page. Down the bottom you have a list of cashbooks, and you have options to create cashbooks. So to create a new cashbook, you simply click on New Cashbook. That then creates a new cashbook with some notes on it for you to look at. And in fact then what you see is when you next look at this page, a new cashbook has been created. Now we will just go very quickly through on the ordinary cashbook. Here we have two entries. We have test data in 2017, we have an invoice and a supplier's invoice. The codes here are very important because they explain what the system has to do with each piece of information, and we'll go into much more detail about that later. And then from these figures here it produces a VAT summary, and at the end of the quarter or at the end of the month, when you want to do a VAT return, you can click on VAT return and it goes into the VAT return submission system. It doesn't immediately submit a VAT return, but by clicking a couple of things on here, first to pick the period, which in this instance we're talking about March 2017, and then later down the page to submit, and then it would actually submit it, but we didn't worry about that at the moment. We'll come back to that in another video. Going back to the cashbook, you see here various columns: date, what, reference, ledger, receipts. This code is the important thing because it explains to this computer what to do, and there are things to help you with using the system. For instance, help me up here gives you a basic explanation of how the system works, and if you hover the cursor above something it explains what it is. For instance, this explains what the code means and various things about the code. And from there we can see a list of all the codes that can be used. And there are lots and lots and lots and lots of different codes, all of which the system has been told how to handle things, what sort of VAT arrangements there should be, and how to report it in terms of VAT and also self-assessment. So that's the introductory video into using the Cirrostratus Cloud Cashbook with MTD enablement. That is, you can submit your VAT return from it, and obviously it does keep digital records, which is what you need.